Vusimuzi Matlala is expected to return to the Madlanga Commission in Pretoria this morning. Matlala appeared before the Commission for a day last week but invoked his right against self-incrimination and refused to answer questions relating to the 228 million rand Police Service Medicare24 tender. Now we cross to SABC News anchor Sakina Kamwndo and SABC reporter Canny Maphanga, who are both in Pretoria. Sakina, let me hand it over to you.
Thanks so much, Leanne. Welcome back to the Bridget Mabandla Justice College, day 165 of the Madlanga Commission series. And of course, joined by Canny Maphanga now as we try and get, into what happened last week, but also what we're expecting this morning, Canny. We saw Vusimuzi Matlala last week and appeared for one day when we were expecting him another day, but of course, invoking his right not to self-incriminate. So, are we expecting anything different today?
Well, there is an expectation, Sakina, that he has to substantiate the use of that privilege because it also has its limits in terms of where you can apply it. And it seems that in his previous appearance, he took the posture that even in matters that could possibly be investigated in the future, such as the Impalas or Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya, he also didn't want to comment on that either. So it leaves the Commission in a space where there's very little to discuss or be probed on if that is going to be the approach. There's also going to be a supplementary affidavit in which he discusses issues that may have just been an oversight that he didn't include in that very brief statement that we got the previous week where he was here before the Commission. So at the very least, even if he doesn't elaborate on certain issues, he has to explain why he's not elaborating on certain issues, and the right must be substantiated or claimed in full. It's not just going to be a situation where you have a blanket I don't want to incriminate myself before the Commission, because this is a fact-finding body. And as I stated before, if you're telling the truth won't change, rather, whether it's before the Commission or before a criminal process or before an investigation. But you're dealing with a witness that is currently facing multiple matters in court and is likely going to face other matters before the criminal courts. And you now have his legal counsel taking the position that they don't want to place him in a position where he could incriminate himself or give information that could lead to further investigations and advancements in the criminal process. So I'm not sure if these 3 days that have been allocated for Matlala are going to be spent quite well, because it seems that a posture has been taken, and I don't see a scenario where such a posture is going to change, especially with the way we've seen some of these IDAC cases falling apart before the probe. The Mukwele matter is one of the cases that have since been unconditionally withdrawn, and we don't know what's going to happen to the Medicare24 fraud case, because we do know that that matter, we've also heard evidence about the kind of unlawful conduct allegedly that surrounds that probe as well. So there's a lot at stake for Matlala, and outside of him stating that he hates Brown Mahotsi or that he doesn't know Police Minister Senzo Mchunu, I'm not sure what he's going to offer, if any, to the Commission in light of what is at stake for him should he spill the beans before the probe.
So that's what we will wait to see. We saw, of course, through his legal representative, Advocate Annelien van den Heever, also making it very clear that his constitutional rights are sacrosanct, so to speak, and no doubt that that will be invoked once again today. But as Canny says, it's going to be interesting to see how the Commission intends to probe any of the matters that are not yet sub judice at this point. But with that, it's back to you in studio, Leanne.